Okay, I'm going to show how to create a Google Sites account and show how I use some of the Bitmoji features in my Google Sites account. So you're going to start by going to sites.google.com and you're going to create a new one. If it gives you the choice, you're going to want to do the new sites, not classic sites. And then that's going to bring you to kind of your starting point here. So there's a couple different choices for your header. Just decide what you like. I went with banner for mine, and I actually deleted this slide. You can title it or delete it. That's up to you. But I didn't want to type here. I wanted to insert one of my Bitmoji headings here. So I'm going to delete this text box. And instead, I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to insert an image. So the insert I'm going to image is from my Google Drive. And it is, okay, so you can see I've made a bunch here. This is the one I made for my beginning, my header here. You can make it as large or small as you want. So I don't want it to take up the whole space, but I like it to be, pretty large enough that they can read it. And then if you drag this around, it'll tell you when it'll be equal on both sides. So I like how that looks. You can also change what's on the background behind that. There's a bunch of different choices here. You can pick whatever you want, and then that will go behind. You could also make this larger, and that would, of course, make it so it didn't need anything behind it. But I just wanted to have that right there. And then actually, I also added in this top portion, drag this up a little, drag this up a little bit. There we go. Well, I guess it won't let me drag it up, but I'm going to insert a text box in here as well. And I want the text box to be below it. Why doesn't it like that? Delete that. Put this back in the middle. See, maybe it's because I clicked over there. Let's try clicking down here. So you double click and it gives you all these options. So you can upload something from your computer, you can select an image, you can embed a URL, or you can select something from your drive, and then text is in the middle. Here we go. All right, so what I've put down here is my email. And then also my Google Voice number, which I use for texting and calling parents. I'm just going to make up a number. All right, so you can also play around with this text if you want to. You have normal, you can make it really big. You kind of decide what size you want. You can also make it wider if you want, the whole entire phone number or whatever to fit across. So there's just my two pieces of information I want to have on my header. Okay, so then I'm going to go and I'm going to add additional pages to my website. So I teach 2 classes, so I'm going to add a page for each one. So my first page is going to be for my applied algebra class. I can change the heading if I want. I'm going to change the color. I want it to be very obvious that they're all different from each other. So instead of using this polka dotted reddish one, I'm going to actually do this green here, just so it's something totally different. Again, I'm going to remove this title slide because I have created my own that I want to put there. So what you'll do there is you'll double click and select image. It's on my drive. And it's applied algebra right there. Okay, again, I want to make this larger. And you can see across the bottom, those blue lines is telling me that it's centered. And if it's not centered, I can just drag it and it'll tell me when it is. All right, and I added something on this slide too. I want this to be a website that has a lot of versatility and that my students can use for a lot of different purposes. So up on the header, what I have decided I'm going to try is adding a text box that's going to be for where they can see their homework. So it's homework, and let's say it's, sometime this fall. It's going to be, whatever it is, complete worksheet 21, number 7 through 15, or something like that. Test Friday or something. So I like this because it's visible right away. If they have this website bookmarked, they literally can instantly go to this and see it. You can play around. It doesn't give you a ton. I haven't been able to find a ton of different options in terms of what color it is, but that's just with me playing around with it literally for like a day. So there may be options where you can change that color. Oh, I think it's over here in themes actually. So, if you want to play around with that and try to change the color of your text, I think it's somewhere over here. But again, I like how it already looks, so I'm not going to mess around with it because I think it's fine how it is. All right, so now that I have my header created here, I want to insert my virtual classroom in this bottom portion. So I'm going to kind of select down here, and I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to insert from my Google Drive. You can actually also scroll down here and go directly to slides. So you can do it either way. You can go from your drive, or you can go from slides directly. And I'm going to insert my applied algebra classroom, which is right here. So I'm going to insert that directly into the Google Sites. The cool thing is this updates immediately. So if I went into slides and I needed to, I found out one of my links wasn't working, or I wanted to change, my Bitmoji, or whatever it might be. If I go and do that, this will update. I just have to republish I don't even think you have to republish your site, honestly. I might, just in case. But this is live. It is active. So it will be able to update. So this is ready to go for students. If you go to the student view and clicking preview here, this is showing you the student view. This is what they would see if they were on your website. They are able to click right away, and the links are active. So then the other thing that I decided I wanted to do, let me get out of this preview here. The other thing I decided that I really wanted to do was I wanted to make it very clear where all my links were. So these hidden links that I have, a lot of things that you click here take you somewhere. This takes them to see, I'm not on the preview anymore, but I was on the preview. This takes them to see their grade. This takes them to solve me mobiles, which is kind of like an if you're done with your work activity. These 3 post-its take them to the Google Classroom. The calculator takes them to an online calculator that they can use if they want to. We've got some of the websites that we use frequently. So I wanted them to know where all those were. I didn't want there to be any question about like, what should I click if I want, this or whatever. So I inserted a text box underneath my Google Slide virtual classroom, and I just put the hidden links in. So the hidden links I have are actually on my virtual classroom over here on the side. So I'm going to just copy this text, and I'm going to put it right here. And then students are able to access and see exactly what all those hidden links are. That's all I have linked right here at the moment. You could add your syllabus if you wanted to. You can add something from your drive, add and I could find my syllabus. Let's see. Here we go. 8th grade. Just do this one. So I can insert that here as well if I wanted that to be something they could access, or if I want them to view it exactly right in there. So a couple different options there. If I wanted to just put it in as a link, then I would have to just put in the link, right? I like this button feature. So what you would do is you'd say, okay, this is the applied algebra syllabus. Simply put your link in right here, and then hit insert, and it creates like a button they literally would just push. So I'll get my syllabus. Maybe. Think about where it is. Might be in. Yep, there it is. So I would just get a shareable link here. Anyone with the link can view. That's exactly what I want, because I want parents to be able to view it. Post the link right there. And then now I have this button, and if a kid clicks on this button, I think I can also change the color of the button. Filled, outlined, or text are the choices it's giving me. When they click that button, it will take them directly to that link that I provided there. And you can also edit the link if you just wanted to say, it's kind of long. So if I just wanted it to say syllabus, I could just put that. So I think that's kind of a cool feature as well. All right, I want to add a second page because I have another class, which is my honors algebra class. So I'm going to add a second one. You can see those populating up here at the top. We have the home page, we have the applied algebra page, and then we have the honors page. So I'm going to change this background so that I can tell that it's a different class. I want it to be very obvious so they can get used to, okay, I'm the purple geometric or whatever it might be. And then again, I'm going to get rid of this text because I have my own image that I want to put there. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to add an image from my Google Drive. And it is my honors header that I made using my Bitmoji. So I just made this and saved it. And then I'm also going to add here my homework. So tonight's homework, 8:25. Finish, domain and range, digital, whatever it might be. All right, and I'm going to make this, I want this to be large. And I'm going to make this bold. All right, so again, that's just a quick place where they can see what the homework is each night. I'm going to insert my virtual classroom here for my honors class. So I'm on the insert, and I'm going to go down to slides, and I'm going to find my honors class here and insert it. Just dragging this blue diagonally so I can make the screen as large as possible. There we go. And then underneath, again, just like before, I want to insert a text box where I'm going to put those hidden links in. So go back to my drive. And just like before, I have on the side those links, so I can just copy the text and put it in down here. Again, I can add a button for a syllabus or a button for whatever else I may want them to have. All right, so I need to title this something. This isn't my real one, so I'm just kind of making up a name. And the last thing you have to do is when you're ready for people to be able to view this, you have to hit publish. So when you publish, you give it a name. It could be your name or whatever. And then you want to be careful down here. Think about who you want to see this. If you leave it on only your school domain, then parents aren't going to be able to see it. So my recommendation would be, depending what you're going to use it for, is to change your link to anyone, make it public so anyone with the link can view. And then you just hit publish, and that will make your class active and alive. So now mine's ready to go. This is a cool button because it shows you what the students would see. So my students would see, this is what they would see on the first page. You could add some additional things down below if you wanted to. Here's what my applied algebra students would see when they come to the website. They see their homework at the top, they see the virtual classroom, and then the hidden links at the bottom. And I have this link here because I want my students to click and see the daily agenda for the week. So they already have a couple things filled in, but they would just go and so they would be able to see what's going on for the day. And then I have active links as needed if there's something they need to click on during class. So and then here's what my honors class would see. So that's how I set up my Google Sites account.